Vermont Construction was contracted to reinforce this support beam in our basement. It's a 16-foot beam that separates a 23-foot span, which is comprised of 11.5-foot single spans. They're 6 by 8, 16 on center. It was originally supported here by 2 by 8 nominal boards, 3 of them, and also reinforced with an original post, which was removed by Vermont Construction at my request. So the goal was to reinforce this this span such that the post was no longer needed. So they installed 2 7.25 by 1 3/4 LVLs, and there's a fairly significant amount of deflection here. Using a laser level, we can see that at the right side here, we're at 0. And as we move over towards the center, we're down by a negative 13/16 of an inch. And to be fair, the deflection on this side is negative 7/16. Go ahead. Vermont Construction was contracted to reframe our 16 by 16 foot finished addition on our home. And I want to point out here one detail here on the ledger. This is a minor point, but the planks of the planks of the floor were not attached to the ledger at all, which needs to be addressed. But what I really want to point out is actually inside the home. On the opposite, on the wall assembly that the ledger is attached to was needed to be replaced apparently because they discovered rot. At the same time, I'm sure they also noticed the fact that the double top plate was completely destroyed by insects. Rather than tell me about that, they just decided to put a plywood patch here and attempt to fasten it into studs that are completely compromised as they're not attached to any viable piece of wood. Additionally, this rot is still present, wasn't even fully addressed, and if we follow this all the way down, we see rot all the way at the bottom and then into the bottom plate of the wall.